What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the number one theory podcast on YouTube. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And welcome to Theory Time with Pleeka. Oh, that was funny.
That's like the longest theme song of all time.
All right, you ready?
Which do you like better, the Game of Thrones theme song or that one?
Oh, definitely Saul's. Although, you know what bugs me about the Better Call Saul theme song? Is it's a real song, and, like, they literally just cut it off at that one part, like, when it goes down, down. In the beginning, I thought the TV glitched, and then the following week, we watched it, and I was like, oh, it did it again. It took me 3 episodes, and then I was like, oh, they just cut the song with that. And I don't know why it always bugs me.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Who
Is it-
cares?
Well, you asked me about it.
Well, I asked what you like better. I didn't ask. And then you picked that one, and then you bitched about it.
Well, I do like it. I like the song. It gives me a
Yeah.
little jiggy. It's better than... Da-na-na-na-na-na. That's kind of a bummer of a song.
I never skip it.
Every time.
Never.
Even if I don't have to, I'll fast forward still.
What do you mean? You never have to.
Are you ready to talk some theories on Better Call Saul?
Yeah, as long as you stop talking about theme songs.
All right, so first thing we're going to do is you might want to pull up that screenshot you took earlier of the description of the first episode. So my first question is
Yeah.
Chuck going to be dead in the beginning of Season 4? Now, me and him think for sure, yes, that's not even a question.
Well,
But I've seen like 4 or 5 people... That was loud.
Jesus fucking
I've seen like
Christ.
4 or 5 people be like, well, he can't be dead. I even watched this one video. This guy...
I mean, they're
He-
literally at the funeral.
Yeah, he bugged the shit out of me in his video, and he's like, well, because if you burn yourself, and I have, that's literally how he was doing his video, and he's like,
Did he
you're
look like Freddy Krueger?
no, he actually looked a lot like Hess, which was surprising, but it wasn't him. But and he said that like you have to douse stuff because if you just get burned, you're just gonna like pull away. And I'm thinking, well, for one, it's a TV show, and the guy's depressed and burned himself, but 2, if your whole house is on fire and you
Mhm.
start burning, it's gonna be pretty hard to run out the door.
Yeah.
Because if you zoom out of that last shot, it's big. It's like the entire house almost. Like you see it in the window, and then it spreads to the other window. Goes so like he has to be dead.
Well, I think Peter Gould and Vince Gilligan said he was dead.
I think they said he was dead on like Talking Saul that night.
They're at a funeral in the fucking preview.
Yeah, but read the description of the
And
first
the
episode.
description is Jimmy struggles to cope with Chuck's tragic death.
Yeah, so I think that. I mean,
Mike ponders his role at Madrigal. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And Howard makes a startling confession.
which that'll be
episode 1.
interesting. What his confession's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know. You think he's gonna be like Usher?
Maybe he's gonna make like 30 fucking songs about his
Yeah.
confessions.
No, I don't know what Howard's confession will be. Like, I wonder if it's something about Chuck. Like if he feels bad about.
I wonder Chuck or maybe even Kim, just some stuff including
Like,
them.
I was Chuck the whole time. He's a dickhead.
Could blame it all on him. But the
Yeah.
next thing I want to bring up, this is my theory of what I have 2 theories of what could potentially happen to Nacho, because we don't see him in Breaking Bad. But that's because they didn't have the idea for the character mostly.
But they talk about him.
They
in
do talk
Breaking Bad.
about him, which is probably why this character's name is Nacho is the only reason.
Yeah.
But I think either he's going to be the first guy that the vacuum guy takes away, and that's how Saul kind of gets introduced to him and goes
Now,
on to that.
by vacuum guy, do you mean the guy that cleans up after they're all done?
No, I mean the guy. You know the guy that took
No, I know.
Saul and he was
But
gonna
some
take
people
Jesse, and
might
then
not know.
Jesse remembered that. Oh my God, you took my cigarette. That guy.
Yeah.
I think he'll be the first of that. Or, and I thought of this. I believe if you go back and check our last season's videos on Better Call Saul, I said this.
Who would do that?
Someone watched our shooter video from a year ago. So
Yeah, we could have done more of those too. How you catching up on Shooter?
Well, I watched half of last season's.
You know,
finale.
Hess is watching Shooter.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, I kind of feel like a dick now.
Hmm.
But I
He's on the first season.
I think that Nacho might be Mike's old partner that he talks about when Jesse becomes his new one because his partner died and those don't know what happened to
I could see that because they've got a strange relationship. Like
Yeah.
they're cool with each other even though they're not on the same side necessarily yet.
Mm-hmm.
He does work for Hector. But I don't think he's gonna keep working for Hector. I really don't.
Yeah. I think, and we'll get into later when we go into the trailer breakdown stuff that we got. I think some stuff's gonna go into this season where he ends up switching sides, and that'll maybe be another reason why we didn't see him in Breaking Bad is because he was working with Gus and Gus doesn't have guys all together, all the time. I think we'll go into that.
Yeah. At the end of last season, when Hector takes those pills,
Yeah.
Gus knows.
Does he?
Gus knows something's up. He's eyeballing Nacho. He's like giving him the
Oh,
whole.
okay, yeah.
I mean, maybe he doesn't know, but he's looking at him.
But he
like,
has
what
an
the
idea,
fuck?
like
yeah,
maybe you did something to him,
yeah.
and he probably will, because
I
he'll
mean,
probably.
and if you remember when Walt was trying to kill him, how he just was always one step ahead of him.
Yeah.
I got that same feeling with Gus at the end of 3.
I could see that. I never really like.
Yeah.
I did. I think I noticed that last year, but I had never really thought much about it.
Well, because I'm crazy, I just watched all 3 seasons.
I want to. I don't.
Well, you got a
I-
month.
yeah.
Nah, not quite.
I probably could, but I don't know. I might just watch last season and get caught up. I really did like. I think last season was definitely my favorite, but I haven't watched the other 2 in a long time, so it's kind of hard to remember.
I've literally watched 1, I think, 4 times now.
Like, what's your favorite season now that you
I think
rewatched
3.
them? 3?
Actually, yeah, but I like all of them.
Man, 3 reminded me the most of Breaking Bad. Not that the show like has to,
No, yeah.
but I did like that a lot. So now we're gonna now that we talked about Nacho, going into Kim. What do you think is gonna happen with Kim this season in Better Call Saul?
Well, it picks up right where they left off because, like,
Yeah.
at the picture, her face is still fucked up from the accident.
Yeah, which is funny because like they always talk about how like, and they meant to like time jump in the show, but then like they go to next season, they're like, oh, but we want to resolve this. And we talk about this, and like,
Yeah.
which I really like because it shows that they're into the show and building the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can tell they don't next season.
I think she's gonna try to help Jimmy since he's not like he's not gonna be a lawyer obviously because he's
Mhm.
suspended for a year. I don't know how much time has passed on that suspension, but I was reading the first 3 or 4 episodes, whatever is listed there.
I think the first 5 are.
I get the feeling that they're gonna drift apart this season.
I can see that.
You know.
Yeah. Do you think that she maybe works with HHM?
I was thinking either,
Especially because Chuck's dead.
yeah,
Maybe that leaves an opening for her, and maybe that's part of Howard's confessions and all that.
I was thinking, what's the other firm where they already offered her the job? I might have it right here. I was thinking maybe she could go work for them too.
That is possible. I don't remember the other firm.
It's Schweiker and something.
That doesn't even sound familiar.
Yeah, well, 'cause the guy's name is Rick Schweiker, so it's
Oh,
like
okay.
Schweiker. No, I don't remember. I was gonna say
It's
the
not
same
Dick, Dog, and Smokey, which you'd get that reference. If you could also watch our Mima recaps Better Call Saul, which, you know what? Maybe we should do another one of. Because she recapped all of season 1 to 2 leading up to 3. I think she should do season 3 leading up to 4.
I don't think she would remember anything.
But we'll have to get her drunk and get her to do it again.
We could have her do Goliath too.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Yeah.
But comment down below. Maybe I'll link to that video. Go watch it. It's weird.
Yeah.
But if you like that, maybe we'll do another one. Because that was kind of weird and random. Like, we were literally just at her house, and we're like, hey, you want to recap Better Call Saul? And she's like, yeah. And then I'm like, pull out the camera and just started recording.
We were gonna have her do Game of Thrones the year before.
Yeah.
that would have been fantastic. But
Yeah.
we just never got around to doing it.
So what do you think's going to go on with Saul this season? Do you think he's going to be Saul by the end of this season, or do you think that's the last season of the show, or season 5, or whatever?
Well, if you remember at the end of season 3 when he's like selling ad times because
Mhm.
he made the ad, he called himself Saul Goodman.
Oh, because that was his TV
Yeah.
name, yeah. So I guess, but do you think he'll be a lawyer going by the name, or do you think he's...
No, because he's not a lawyer, so I think he might be going like I think that's gonna be like his. He'll still be Jimmy to like Kim and everybody, but I
Mhm.
think when he's doing that other stuff, he's
But
gonna
he's gonna be Saul.
And I think
Okay,
it'll-
that makes sense.
I think it's gonna slowly go to that.
That makes sense. You know, thinking about it now, it would have been interesting if in like Breaking Bad, if like everybody called him Saul, but then like when he was in Mike called him Jimmy,
Or
'Cause-
yeah,
because he would have
yeah.
known him then. That would have been interesting. Like if this show
Yeah.
would have came first, they probably would have done that.
Yeah, except that, yeah, they had no idea that the show
Yeah.
was coming. Yeah.
Do you?
The fact that they can take like his first scene from Breaking Bad, where he said it wasn't me, it was Ignacio, and all that other shit, and tie it back into it and have it make sense, and then throw in other stuff that like
Yeah.
I'm it's done really well, and that's what I like the most about the show is how they take stuff from Breaking Bad and just kind of sprinkle
Just like
it in.
little things too. Yeah.
and then some major things like
Yeah.
with like Gus and stuff, but and of course Mike and
Like if you
Jimmy.
look in the trailer, there's one point where Saul is going through the newspaper, and I don't know if he circled it, but you can see there's the laser tag that he's always trying to sell Walt and Jesse.
oh yeah,
It's there. There's
Doesn't-
like little hints like that.
Doesn't Jesse hide there or something?
At one point they meet up there, yeah, like when everything's
I mean,
going
'cause
to
how many
shit.
times have you watched Breaking Bad?
A lot.
And what's Jesse's friends' names?
Combo, Skinny Pete, and Badger.
Did you just read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But those not in the know. We did a video where we reacted to stuff, and I don't know, maybe there's some crackhead on the screen. I'm not sure. We were watching like YouTube videos, and I accidentally. Oh, it was laser pointer prank things.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I said, he could get like Badger and Skinny Pete used, or I said Badger used a laser pointer, and what was his name?
Long John.
Long John. And then you're like Long John, and I was like, oh fuck, it's Skinny Pete. God damn it. Because if you make one fuck up in front of this guy, he fucking brings it up for years.
I just pictured like a big donut, like with a laser pointer.
It totally fit for him.
That's 'cause you know
Long
why?
John. Why?
Because all you do is eat donuts.
No, maybe, yeah, they're always on my mind.
Yeah.
So after that, we're going into the trailer breakdown. I found this on Reddit, and I noticed some of these scenes in the trailer, but I didn't notice all of them. I showed you the pictures earlier
I didn't notice
today.
shit. I want to just say that right off the bat. Like you sent it to me, and I had already seen it. But
Yeah,
like,
and then we watched it again because Hess told us that Skylar was in it, and she wasn't, Hess.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? By the way, and he's like, oh no, that's my mistake. But so he watched on Instagram without any sound, which I don't know what sound has to do with seeing Skylar. But so he's like, we're just finishing up our podcast about Game of Thrones, and he's like, hey, did you new Better Call Saul? And he knows it's my like probably second favorite show going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, what, Sky? And I'm thinking, there's no way in my head because no one said anything.
Yeah, I didn't hear, and like I was looking on Twitter after that, I was like, I don't see anybody talking about it. And
Yeah.
like I watched 4 different trailers, I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, all of a sudden we get a text. Oh my bad, I was looking at it on Instagram. It's his girlfriend.
So I texted him the next morning and I was like, so you said multiple times that Kim's hot. So that means you now think Skylar's hot.
Yeah, because he mistaked them for each other.
So from now on, Skylar's hot in Hess's mind.
Well,
And he hates her like as much as he hates Cersei.
Yeah, he brought that up in the first episode.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So basically the moral of the story is Hess wants to bang Skylar.
Well, let's put this to a test. Unless he's watching this next week, tomorrow, I guess he should bring up Skylar in Game of Thrones podcast because he does it every week apparently.
He does have a fascination with Skylar.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the trailer breakdown.
Okay.
There's a scene where it's Nacho, and then it's Gus's 2 guys, the one that gets his throat slit in front of Walt and Jesse in season 4.
And the
Breaking
other
Bad.
guy blows up with Gus, right? Like that dude?
I think so. I'm not positive. But then there's a guy with Nacho. I'm not sure what his name is.
Okay.
But it's them when you see Nacho. He's,
Arturo, I think.
Yeah, that might be right. And I think Nacho's a very specific. He's got like a little Hawaiian long sleeve shirt kind of on and like a jacket on top of it. You see them, and the next scene it's Nacho saying, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And then after that, it shows Gus's 2 guys putting looks like 2 people into a car. Like you see from inside the trunk, they're putting people in there. And then the next scene is the trunk on fire with them going away. And then the next scene is Nacho's arm, with you see that specific shirt on the floor, all bloody, with his cell phone falling out of his hand. Now that could be Nacho dies, but I don't think that's the case. Especially that was part of this theory.
Yeah.
That the other guy was Arturo is dead.
And he said, "Hey, before we die, wear my shirt."
No, and that the Salamanca twins are gonna show up and like see Nacho almost dead, and see that guy completely dead, and that's gonna piss Nacho off, and that's gonna be part of their war together. But then I think, even though they'll be fighting, I think he's still going to end up working with Gus by the end of the season.
So you think Gus does that to him, but yet...
Maybe Gus doesn't, but I think maybe those people do it, and then Gus is like, I'm sorry, here's a job, or something like that. Like, something goes wrong there, they get in a scruffle.
I bet it's Hector. Hector's a dick.
He gets them hurt?
Probably.
But won't he be, like, in the hospital?
He's still calling the shots, isn't he?
No, because remember when I think it's Breaking Bad... He said that when that first happened to him, that Tuco took over the business.
Yeah, Tuco's in jail.
Yeah, but he could be running it from prison. Which maybe that means, do you think, if they say a Breaking Bad star is coming back this season, do you think maybe potentially Tuco's coming back if that guy's going to the hospital? And we have seen in Breaking Bad when they're having that little meeting, and like, you remember they keep going to that trailer, they have a meeting?
Yeah. I don't think Tuco would come back.
He said that Tuco runs the business.
And one of the later episodes in season 3, Tuco does something in jail to get more time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't think Tuco's coming back. But I mean, at least
we can maybe even see a prison scene with him. For him,
like your goal in life.
I hope every show has to have a prison scene. No, but I think it's possible if he has.
Oh, no, it's
if they're
possible.
saying he ran the business, I think that might come back.
It's possible. I just don't think it'll happen.
But what do you think of those scenes from the trailer? Like, what do you take from those pictures and stuff I showed you?
I hope it's them trying to trick us somehow because I don't want any harm done to Nacho. He's like my
Yeah,
favorite
it looks
character.
like he got real fucked up.
He's my favorite character in the whole
Yeah.
series.
I agree. Yeah, I really like him. If you love Nacho and you play video games, go play Far Cry 3.
I've done it twice.
I've never finished it, but he's fucking crazy in it.
If you love video games and you love Michael Mando, go play Far Cry 3. I've never done it, but you know.
I've played the beginning of it on the Xbox 360 and the one. That's enough, right? I mean, he has your money. So let me play the game.
You're such a dick. Yeah, I've played both of them all the way through.
Yeah, he says they're great, which means they gotta be at least a little good.
I even found McLovin on the beach twice.
Yeah, it's true. You can watch. They have shorts. That's on Amazon, right? Or
Those
YouTube
are-
or stuff. They have little shorts.
It was YouTube.
Yeah,
that you sent me
yeah.
that. Yeah, that was actually really cool.
Michael Mando and McLovin.
Michael Mando is crazy.
That's
in
the
it.
thing. I have watched all those, but I never played all the game.
Have you ever finished a game in your life?
Yeah, we finished Far Cry the DLC, and then the capture fucked up, so that didn't get to be a YouTube video.
Okay, have you ever 100%ed a game?
Yeah, Call of Duties. Bitch.
You have a really?
Yeah, COD 4 and World at War.
What happened on Black Ops?
I'm 1 and 2 off, you little bitch, because of the Moon DLC zombie thing I couldn't get. Let's just go into Breaking Bad characters that we think maybe, potentially, possibly could be maybe coming back.
How many could be's is there?
We got Jesse. What do you think is the likelihood of Jesse coming back?
I'm holding out hope
If he does, it has to be
in the future.
the future. One, because he looks completely different than young Jesse.
He doesn't look anything.
Two,
like
it'd make no
himself.
sense because like they didn't know each other, and I don't have a 3, but I think it would only make sense to be in the future.
If it was in the past, it would be like a random him in the background or something.
Yeah, it couldn't be a full thing, and it'd be almost dumb.
And he would look like he did in Mission Impossible. Was it 2 you were watching the other day?
It was 3.
Three,
Yeah,
Mission
he would
Impossible-
have to look like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like a 12-year-old there. So
Yeah.
that's not happening.
Yeah.
He's been on the AMC set.
AMC set,
Makes you wonder. But so was Walt
it
last
could have
year.
been for the Entertainment Weekly thing they were doing.
Yeah, it could have been.
And it could have also been just a visit, but he did put like a little cheeky picture on Instagram. I'm like, oh, what am I doing here? But didn't Hank do the same thing?
Walt was there last year and then kept it under like wraps a little bit. And I thought
Yeah.
maybe because he could be in the background.
I saw there's a lot of rumors that like Walt was gonna direct an episode this season. Or, like he was thinking about it.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he directed a couple Breaking Bads.
It would just have to be in the future, but I'm holding out hope, but I don't think it's very likely.
Me too. I think it
would be awesome.
I think there's like a 45% chance that he'll be in it.
I'd say it's 10, but
So now we're going into Hank. I think Hank's possible. I think he's more likely than Jesse because they're getting
Yeah.
in drugs and it could you very
There's-
easily
there was
throw
DEA
DEA scenes in there.
there was DEA stuff last season.
And I think it'd be cool to have him in there. That'd be a cool little add-on to the show.
I never liked Hank
I've always liked him. He did get a little dickish with his minerals and shit, but I still like him.
with his minerals and shit.
They're minerals, not rocks,
Well, he had that crazy. Oh Jesus, he has that crazy wife. I probably would have fucking started. collecting
Yeah, I did
rocks,
like
too.
her a little more the I don't know 4th or 5th time I rewatched Breaking Bad, but
You
she's
can't
still
finish
my.
one Far Cry, but you watch Breaking Bad 100 times.
That's like one of the best shows of all time.
It's one of the best games of all time. Hank, I could see Hank. The next person you're going to,
I
I
think
know because I told you right.
Gomez, yeah, I feel like if you bring in Gomez though, you might kind of have to bring in Hank.
Well, no, because you figure it's probably.
I mean, not necessarily. You're right, but I feel like because they've been partners.
Didn't we figure out it's about 5 years before Breaking Bad right now?
Yeah, I think Breaking Bad's 2008 and this is 2003. I think.
Yeah, because I think Jimmy says 2003 in season 3.
Yeah, you told me that the other day.
So, I mean, so like Hank wouldn't be in charge of anything.
Yeah, and then you could also say like because like he was put other places in
And they're
Breaking Bad.
they're good at showing and like making you think, oh well, they got to bring Hank on here, and they're like, no, we don't. We're gonna show you Gomez first.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well, just like last season, like when they were setting up the lab, and I was like, oh shit, they're gonna bring in Gail, and then it was the other chick. I can't think of her name.
Oh yeah.
But
The chick that she's the one that got Mike the
rights in there.
job.
Yeah. So and
Yeah.
it was her. I was like, oh fuck, that surprised me. So
Yeah.
they do stuff like that a lot. I think Gomez is likely. I think Hank is likely because it'd be very easy to throw them in there. Gail, eventually you have to have him in there. I feel like.
I feel like he would, and that actor
yeah.
would be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
he definitely wouldn't be a major role,
no.
but I think it'd be
Well, and they looked at that place
yeah.
last
So
season
eventually though
with that
they
girl
might
you
be
were just talking about.
might be testing out some
Lydia. Is that her name?
Yes, yeah, because
Yeah.
they played the song Lydia at the end.
Yeah, which you've never heard before.
Yeah, and Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Like 5 times, remember? So next we got Combo, Skinny Pete, and Badger. They're Jesse's little friends. I think they could be in it, but if they were in it, it'd be like an episode, as like a little thing, like they're like doing something or whatever.
Yeah. Crazy 8 might have a bigger deal in it.
Oh,
too.
I forgot Crazy 8's gonna be in it. See, that's another thing. If you're bringing Crazy 8, that would make sense for a Jesse flashback, except he wouldn't look the same. But like that, we just have to get over it. Just like Gus does look older in Better Call Saul. He's got to not think about that.
But what I was thinking is like Crazy 8 could sell to Skinny Pete or Badger.
Yeah, but
Or
aren't they?
combo.
But like they're not really in that. I mean, I guess they are in the business, but they don't really do. At least as far as we see, I feel like they don't do stuff like that as much. Like Jesse's kind of like their guy, because they go to his house a lot and be like, "Oh, do you got drugs?"
Yeah, but I mean, but didn't.
But I guess he could be on the street and they just go buy some. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, didn't Combo have stuff to do with that?
Well, that's because he was in Jesse's business that Jesse was starting after they killed Crazy 8 and all that. So I feel like if they were gonna have them in it, I guess you're right. They could be people on the street buying from them.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely. I mean, or they could just be, like, hey, I just trying to get some money real quick and want to sell some stuff. They don't have to necessarily be into it like Walt and Jesse were.
Yeah,
but they
yeah,
could just
you're right.
like
Be in
you
it
know,
for a
like-
short minute to do something.
Yeah,
It would be cool to see them. Any of these people on the street, I feel like it'd be cool to see. The biggest person I'd love to see is Jesse, just because he's one of my favorite guys in Breaking Bad.
Jesse would be really cool.
And that's
We
really
don't even bring up Walt because we don't think it's gonna happen.
yeah. There's no way Walt's in. I
Walt-
know the creators of Breaking Bad want to bring Walt back. So many people want Walt back on the show. I don't think there's any way, unless like all of a sudden there's a thing where like Saul goes to like get his car washed and he goes inside the place and
And
he's
then you
like
see Skylar.
and like someone's like takes his receipt and it's Walt and like that's the only scene.
See,
I feel like that'd be the only way.
I
that they
read
bring Walt in.
something that said at this point that they thought of doing like that in the beginning, but now at this point they don't feel like that would work. They would have to make it bigger.
I feel like that would be funny because people would be like, "Oh shit, Walt's gonna be in it." It'd be crazy. And then you'd be like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." And because it would
Yeah.
because like it makes sense in the world because he'd be nothing and he wouldn't even have a second thought if he rang up because it's not like he's like, "Oh, Saul Goodman, whatever." Like if he's just rang up Saul at a gas or at a car wash place, so it wouldn't affect them kidnapping Saul later and all that stuff.
It'd be cool if there was some way that one of them like had to go to like, like say Gus goes to like a school to like, hand out
and it's like
chicken,
there.
and like Walt's like teaching a class.
I know they did say in the beginning, which maybe they could do that in season 5 because obviously they're not close enough here. If they do the time jump, they wanted to show some things that were happening in Breaking Bad, but from Saul's perspective. That was like part of the original plan, but they've maybe skewed away from that. But that would be interesting too in later seasons. But I feel like they're slowly teasing something with like the future things that I think eventually when they do the future jump, we might just end the show with him as I forgot what's his name in the future when he's working at
totally don't. Gene.
Gene, yeah.
Gene.
I feel like maybe it'll end with him as Gene.
I could see that.
Do you think that Gene's gonna get back into business eventually, or do you think he's done?
I don't think we'll ever see it.
You don't think we'll ever see him like that?
No.
I'm hoping so. The one thing those scenes are so fascinating to me, him as Gene. I love it. Like they're black and white. It's really cool how they do it and everything.
Yeah.
But every time it's done, I'm like, well, fuck. And now I want more. Like I don't want to wait till next season to get more of that. Which is, like it's so annoying.
But that's
But-
that's what makes it good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because it's like motherfucker. Because like you only get little bits of it at a time.
Yeah, but if they gave you too much, you wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really enjoy the show. I can't wait till August 6th.
That'll be good. Well, that's a good thing to bring up. That's kind of it for this. We kind of said all our theories, kind of rambled a bit too. If you like this video, comment down below your theories on Better Call Saul. Let us know your thoughts on the show. If you would like to see us talk about Better Call Saul in the future, do little videos. I don't know if they'll be this long. Maybe they will be. But they won't necessarily have to be like this podcast, like us discussing theories, but we could just discuss each episode next season if you'd like. So comment down below if you'd like to see us do that. And anything else you want to say to that before I wrap up?
No, I just hope I see Long John next season.
Fuck you. All right, see you guys next time.
My confession.